everybody, this is Amber bringing joy to your Tuesdays. Hey Bethany, I want a high back. Give me a high back. So it's sexy time. Alright, and in celebration of that, I has a man.
Hi.
He says hi. He's playing policeman, so I don't say anything embarrassing and broadcast horrible personal information to everyone in the world. Not that everyone in the world watches this. Okay, so sexy times. The big thing I want to address, this is my, advice to all trans partners. What Taryn has said before, not on this, on something else, was right, in a way. A lot of trans partners seem to be, what I think is they have a very strong maternal instinct, and one of the reasons that they do well in relationships with trans people, or end up in maybe multiple relationships with trans men, is that they have a maternal instinct and they feel the need to kind of take care of their partner and to protect the partner and make sure that they're comfortable and happy. And there's not a goddamn thing wrong with that, as long as you don't wrap your identity around it, which I'm not accusing anyone of doing. But one thing I do notice that she had said something about is that lots of trans partners so, uber defend their partner's masculine. What are you doing? They're constantly affirming their partner's masculinity and feeling that they have to. And the thing is, while, their partner may not be completely comfortable in it, they don't. When you're constantly, affirming it over and over and over again, you're just reminding them that they're uncomfortable with their masculinity. It's like telling a fat person over and over again they're not fat. It makes them think about it over and over. You understand? So, with sex and with everything, I want to say that there is no one way to be a man. There is no one way to be masculine. There really isn't. If your partner takes a submissive role sometimes, or maybe, you're just kind of variant in some way. No one way to be masculine. And nothing unmanly about that, nothing feminine about that at all. I don't think so. I think there's tons of biological heterosexual relationships that have that kind of variance all the time. And these people are perfectly comfortable with their masculinity, so don't feel like you need to affirm it in every aspect of your sex life and every aspect of your life. That's all I have to, say about that. So what do I have on here? Okay, one of the questions was, do we use prosthetics or do we use what is there? I have to say both. I'm sorry to kind of announce this, but over time it has kind of changed in levels of comfort, especially with surgery and testosterone and stuff. Levels of comfort with himself has changed. Horrible grammar. He's looking at me funny. That has changed, as well as levels of trust in the relationship. So that's different for every person, and find out, what your partner is comfortable with, and, what the rules are, because that can change. You has a kitten. They can't see the kitten. Leave the kitten alone. But it can change, and it might, but don't expect it to. But find out what's okay, by all means. And everybody's going to talk about gender dysphoria. I don't have any experience with that, because sexy time is sexy time for us. But do know your boundaries, and do know that rules are not set rules forever. They can be or they can't be. I don't know. So, post-testosterone sexies. I'm gonna get more into this when we talk about testosterone, but when you do start taking testosterone, it's like, what is the? Get away from his nip! Get away! Don't nip! Are you okay?
Yeah.
no, his poor fragile nip got attacked. Kittens are not safe. So, I have to say that, for testosterone, after sex, it's kind of like, I really want to cuddle. Let's cuddle, cuddles. Hooray, cuddles. And after testosterone, it's sex and food all the time. Sex and food. It's like, have sex, and then, where's the food? I really want a quesadilla. So, but I will get to that more later. And it is a lot more frequent. The libido just goes, and plus there are side effects, which kind of go with what I was talking about earlier about both prosthetics and the given, and I will talk about that some other time. Let's see here. Sex with a trans guy. Someone, asked the group, how do you have sex with a trans guy anyway? And this is my answer to you all. First of all, you like a trans man, you love him lots. You have to be in the same room together. Normally it involves touching each other, and then you have sex. Yeah, and there you go. I'm sorry, that's bitter and sarcastic, but for that person, or those people out there, I have to say that it's not very different from straight sex with a biological male and a biological female. It's just not. There may be prosthetics involved, there may not. Depends on the relationship and depends on the the level of comfort, with everything, and there's some strange things that go on. So another question was how do we go out of our way to try and make sure that things do not resemble lesbian sex? What he had to say about that was, you have to have two lesbians to have lesbian sex. What I believe is that body parts aren't what's defining whether something is lesbian sex or straight sex. That's not. Because I've had lesbian sex, and there's a completely different feeling. It's a completely different atmosphere, it's a completely different mood, it's completely different everything. From what goes on in the bedroom with a trans man. And no matter what, is being utilized, I guess is the word, doesn't make it lesbian, doesn't make it sapphic. If it doesn't feel sapphic, it's not. So there you go. I mean, I have kind of divulged a little bit here. Hopefully, I'll answer some of your questions. But, feel free to ask me anything. I mean, really. I probably won't respond to it in video, but I know Toy said she had a lot of questions, and she can give them to me. Send me messages. I'm pretty open. I'm bitter and sarcastic, but I'm pretty open. So, go ahead and do that, and I don't even know, this is a different webcam, so I don't know how long I've been going, so I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna say bye. Go ahead and say bye.
Bye.
Bye!